We got someone calling in over on Amazon AMP. That'll be our next caller. After that, we're going to go back through again, round robin style. Let's jump over here to Amazon AMP. We're going to hear from Miss assault weapons ban or just guns in general. MrDogbrain, take it away. What's on your brain?
Hello? Hello? Am I on? On?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry. No. I agree with your sentiment about the assault weapons. Those things aren't meant really for the average Joe like me.
So, would you be for an assault weapons ban across the United States, a la what we had with the Clinton administration in the 90s?
Yeah, yes, sir. The reason why I called in was because I just heard you make a point earlier, and I don't agree with it.
Okay. Well, tell me where I'm wrong. What point was that?
Well, basically, sir, you said that you prefer self checkout. Now, I I don't.
This is
I
great. Let's
well,
pause this for a moment. Let's pause this. We're not talking about assault weapons. We're not talking about Sandy Hook, Uvalde. Let's talk about what really matters here, self checkout versus the traditional checkout. Okay, Mr. Dogbrain,
well,
please continue.
sir, you said that never mind the older females or older people or younger people working those self checkout or the checkout jobs. Not only does it hurt them, but also I don't get paid to bag groceries, sir. So unless they're giving a benefit, what is the benefit of self checkout? If I don't get a discount on my groceries, why should I have to put every item in a bag?
Okay, so you have a very valid point here. Very valid point. I'm not saying we need to get rid of traditional checkout lanes. I'm saying that I welcome more and more self checkout. And if there was a Walmart or a Costco that only had self checkout, I probably would shop there exclusively because I love sales. The problem with sales is that even just the normal price, I don't know. Maybe some people just don't check their receipts. I check every receipt before I leave the grocery store or anywhere I buy things from, and I'm constantly finding issues. And if it's a single penny, I will go back and make sure I get that goddamn penny back refunded to my card, right? So it's easier to do that when I do self checkout because everything I scan, I get an immediate, this is the cost, or it's this is the cost, and here's the rebate. It depends from store to store. And if there's ever an issue, I got to wave somebody down, and sometimes it takes forever, but they'll come over and I'll explain it to them and they'll take care of it. I don't like the feeling of pressure that you get when you're in the traditional checkout lane and they just push you through, even with someone bagging your groceries. So it doesn't bother me to bag my own groceries. That being said, I think that we incorrectly look at the bagging groceries issue um, in this way. I think
Um,
it's been a benefit that's been given to us, but in effect, they were never charging us to bag groceries. So when you say, I'm not being paid to bag groceries, I would say, well, they're not charging you when they bag the groceries either. So I think bagging groceries is this sort of thing that just floats around because I've never been charged for bagging groceries. I have been given a discount for bringing my own bag, but they don't charge you for the bags they have usually. That's not usually a thing in the US. It's different in other countries. So the free plastic or paper bags they give you, that's changed culturally whether or not you should use those. Those are usually free. The bagging's usually free. So since it's free, of course, they're not going to pay you to do something that they would do for free anyways. So that's my point. Do you have a final thing on why I'm wrong?
No, sir. Upon further reflection, uh, I think you have a valid point there.
Awesome. All right. Well, appreciate you very much, Mr. Dogbrain. I got to
Uh,
say, I love that somebody wanted to talk more about the just wanted to talk more about you know, some other people don't, but whatever. It's yep. I'm happy to have a small distraction from Sandy Hook, assault weapons, and all that jazz. Appreciate you. It's news debate. I am Lee. Got a message over here on Discord. People were like, "Hey, Lee, is that a fake voice?" Yeah, it did kind of sound like a fake voice. I get that. It didn't sound like the most real voice. But I got to tell you, I've known people who had some medical things that sounded like that, and I've also realized that that could be a voice that just someone is doing. But didn't drop the N word, asked a funny question. I don't care. You know, Harvester of Sorrow, when he first started calling in to the show, would be like, "Well, Lee, let me tell you about this." You know, he had this voice, and I was just like, Jesus, that's actually, it's definitely an accent, but like he sticks to it all the time. And then I think one time he just didn't use it. And I was like, okay, well, I should have known this before, but clearly that was a voice. And now we joke around about it and he throws it out sometimes, and other times he sounds the way that he did earlier on today's show. So, hey, if you're a fake caller, as in you want to use a voice, I don't give a crap, man. Like you can have a voice thing and sound like a robot who's talking to me. I don't care. As long as you bring up something I want to talk about, it's all good. It's all good. All right. It's News Debate. I am Lee.